everybody, and welcome to a rather uneventful Monday. We haven't said that in a while. It has just been absolute chaos no matter where you look over the last 7 days for the Philadelphia Eagles. We even almost, and I mean almost, had a quiet weekend. There was some general housekeeping to do. They did sign a new linebacker in Oren Burks. A little bit of, trimming around the edges for the team, but nothing overwhelming, which means you've actually had a chance now to digest the past couple of days, to examine what's happened and try and get a forecast on this team for the future, especially as it pertains to the NFL draft. Obviously, there was a trade for Kenny Pickett that did involve draft selections, and that in itself has caused up quite a stir over the weekend, with some people comparing it to the Justin Fields move and yada, yada, yada. So welcome, everyone. Today's stream's just going to be us getting our bearings, trying to see if we can roughly work out the salary cap space that the team has left, knowing that they do have to sign potential draft picks. They do have to obviously potentially look at trades, free agents, bonuses, that sort of thing. So from what I work out, it's around 20 mil-ish. And we're going to try and do a spreadsheet live where we can just go over each edition, look at the rough annual value, and go from there. But they should have around like 20, 25 mil left in cap space to work with. That does include rookies. So probably around like 12, 13, which if you look at the way Howie Roseman works deals, certainly isn't the end of the world. They've got plenty of gas in the tank, would you say? Sam Jackson comes in with the first comment. Shout to Sam. Look at that. Straight out of the gate. First comment of the evening. What a man. Little G is in, who says he's a big fan of the Eagles. The 2024 season will be better. I hope so, because I don't think my mental health can stomach another roller coaster like that again. And Greg Moody is in and says it was a torches and Pitt Lamine pitchfork kind of weekend. Fair enough. Now, is that Pitt because of Kenny Pickett? Who's to say? Who's to say? But on the Kenny Pickett move, I don't want to call anyone out directly. That's not how we do it on this show. We're very lovely here, sort of. But obviously, after the Justin Fields trade happened, there was a contingent of Eagles fans. It was like, oh my God, the Eagles traded XXX for Kenny Pickett, and yet Justin Fields only drove for a fifth. What the hell? And it's like, well, yeah, but Kenny Pickett doesn't cost them $25 million when his option year comes up. And Kenny Pickett doesn't have an actual loss of draft capital, whereas the Eagles actually gained something with this move. If you look at Kenny Pickett in terms of the draft pick value, their third pick plus 2/7 is worth about 110 points. The Steelers' fourth is 54. This values Pickett at 56. See that, again, ball knowledge. That's why we have these streams. I love that. I've never actually, and I'm sure many of you do, but I've never actually seen someone in a live chat reference the draft chart. To me, that is like my Bible. It's my holy grail. If you don't know what I'm on about, I will get a copy of it up now. Really, really handy if you ever try and gauge like value for trades and draft picks and how much the team should move up. Like, it's so easy going, what the hell? This guy's worth more than a fourth rounder. And then you look at what a fourth is actually worth. And wow, it's just not the same. So I'm not sure if you can see this. Bear with me a second. What's up, Carly? Nice to see you in. Where are we to? That one. All right. So I'm hoping I can zoom it in a bit. You can see. So this is your NFL draft trade value thing that basically puts a numeric value on every single draft pick of each year. So let's say, obviously, the Eagles this year picking around 22, worth 780 points. So let's say a team wanted to come up from 32. Let's say the Chiefs want to move up, get their guy. For them to move up to Philadelphia's pick, they'd need to stomach 190-ish points. So 32 is worth 590. So somewhere along the line, they've got to get 120. Now, this could be from, a fourth round, a fifth, and a sixth. It could be a 1, a 2, and a 5. Or it could be 1 and a player. And that's where this chart's interesting. And all the teams use this or some equivalent of it just to try and put a value on things. Because otherwise, it's ridiculous. Like, it sounds really stupid, okay? But does anyone here, right, I'm using this as a great example, play the game Monopoly Go? Probably not. But you can trade stickers on it. You can trade, you used to be able to in Madden Ultimate Team before it all got weird. You used to be able to trade different things. And you'll have some people trying to mug others off because they can, and they know that the team trying to trade for this very valuable thing they're desperate. They need it to complete a collection, or they need it for a set or something. Whereas other people who aren't really aware of what that sticker's worth are just going to go, okay, sure, yeah, you can have that for a like swap. Yeah, I don't care. And that's the difference. So if everyone just did that, it would be a mess in the NFL, because how he's just going to call random GMs and go, yeah, you really don't want that fourth round. Oh, it's worth. No, you're going to get in the fourth round, John Stevenson. No one even knows who he is. Give us the fourth. We'll give you him, and off you. And they'll do that. And that would be it. So, yeah, this kind of keeps things level and keeps things understandable. And it is very interesting what Tom said. So yeah, as much as he just said there that it is outdated and doesn't take into account need and value, it's just a rough guideline. Like, it's something we can use that is at least better than us going, well, a fifth rounder and a sixth rounder and not really knowing. Like, if we can get a rough gauge on what a player might be worth on here, or what a pick might be worth, and you move it forward. So, for instance, if the Eagles wanted to move up to like pick 15 to, I don't know, whether it's an edge rusher or a corner or Jackson Powers-Johnson, whoever it is, and they want to move up, they've got to get like nearly, or like 300 points. So that'd be a second. It could be 2/3. It could be a fourth. It could be a player. And it just puts a rough value on things to understand. So it's just something to bear in mind. You can just Google NFL draft chart, and it's one of the first things that come up. But it is really, really helpful. Really, really helpful. Miss the first 5 minutes. Punishment by death. I don't make the rules. Sorry. Dirk, nice to see you. I know it's been a while. I know it has. We'll just blame it on daylight savings in America, because I've almost started this stream like an hour late about 4 times. So there's that. It'll be an additional depth capital for Satan. See, I would like Satan. I would love this. And the only thing, again, that I keep going back to is the fact that Darius Slay and James Bradbury exist, and they just can't get offloaded without there being a significant cap hit. So we'll discuss it. We'll look at potential corners. I mean, what we might even start doing here is building out my draft database. So what I want to do, we don't need to, we can start a wide, now we'll start a cornerback. Let's start a cornerback. And basically, let's build this live. I have to put a microphone down. Bear with me. So basically, what I like to do every year, and I haven't for a couple because I've been a very busy boy, but now we're live streaming again, we can. There might even be bumper streams. There might even be 2 or 3. What I like to do is something like this. I'm going to make it a bit bigger now. But I've tried to do the Eagles salary cap there. It's gone awfully. But just try and make a board watching tape of what I would value players at and give them a grade. Usually it's out of 10. Oh, no, so it's out of like 100, isn't it? So like 10, I don't know what it is. We'll work it out. So here's my big board, all right? Players are going to go down here. And then we're going to look for specific traits that I would then gauge out of 10. And I can't find my old spreadsheet to remember what it was, but I can maybe find... Give me a sec. What did I used to grade it on? Because I'm sure I can get the PDF document for this. Oh, damn, where is it? Right, this was like 2018, but let's share this a minute if it loads. Download it. It's actually oh, brilliant. Yeah, that's great. Well done, Liam. You can't even download your own pissing document. Well done. Oh, that is tremendous. Great. No idea where that's gone. Okay, right. I have to wing it. We're starting a new one. Cool. We'll start calling these streams from tomorrow, the scout sessions, or Wednesday even. So play it right. So what would I look for in a corner? So ability to press at the line, right? How are they when they're jamming? Are they physical? Do they get out muscled? Do they get shoved off their line? Do they get too aggressive? Do they get handsy? Do they draw flags? Where's the hands going? Is it active? Can they stay in the hip pocket? From there, speed's obviously important. I would say I'm going to put it as agility, but by that I just mean like hip fluidity, making cuts, like click and close is one that I'd put under that. Like, can they be playing over the top and just launch out of their stance to come down and meet a ball carrier? That will be one. Ball skills, like, are they good around the catch point? Let's try and get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 for each, and then we can grade it out of 10. Each player, that gives us a score out of 50. I then make my big board, and that's where I find the loves of my life in the NFL draft. And we'll do this for every team need the Eagles have. We've got what? When is the NFL draft? April, isn't it? Let me Google this a minute. April 28th, I'm guessing? 26th. What a get. All right, cool. So we got over a month. So we got some legs on this. Press speed, agility, ball skills. What's the other one I'm looking for? What would you guys look for? What should we have in here? This is for corners, yeah. It does say at the top, but it's probably nothing more exciting than... Matt's had enough. When did this become a class? I'm just building the board. And then we can look for players and we can watch all the... Liam wants us... This is going down so well. All right, okay, we'll leave the spreadsheet. I'll build it off stream, right? We'll build it off stream. But I will finish it. We'll have it built. Then we can watch players and we can score them together. See, everyone just wants, like, the pie. No one wants to get in there and make it and mush all the ingredients up. Everyone just wants a lovely cake. See, but I'm there doing the dirty work, all right? That's the difference, boys. But there we go. So, all right, what we can get back to is where do the Eagles go from here? Something that we do need to look at is their depth chart and just see what team needs are actually left. Because it's a bit different now to where we were this time, even a week ago. Like, a lot has changed in that span. So, yes, it's another spreadsheet. This one isn't mine, so don't shout at me, please. Quarterback is definitely a nick. No, I'm joking. Running back is definitely... No, who is Lou Nichols? When did... Was it... When did that happen? Looks like Marshall Nick. When did that happen? I don't ever remember Lou Nichols being an Eagle. I'm not familiar with his game. I genuinely do not know. But okay, right. Lou Nichols is in. Sure. Tyrion Davis Price. Remember that one. AJ. Oh, AJ's questionable. Right. Remember that. AJ Brown is questionable for the game next week. ESPN, sort it out. AJ Smitty. I mean Parker. They're gonna need depth at WR3 for sure. That much is clear. Any of these guys really... I mean, there was a lot of hype around Joseph Nata when he signed as an undrafted free agent. I've not seen much out of him, but I don't think you could put him in the slot. Like, he is a bigger... From what I remember, at least, he's a bigger receiver. So I don't think he's going to be anywhere near playing WR3. Unless, again, I say it all the time, the Eagles do look for that big slot solution. I'm just going to put my little banner up. Way, there it is. If you are just joining us, guys, welcome. Bit of an admin stream tonight as we're just trying to assess the next steps for the Eagles and apparently not build spreadsheets. That much is frowned upon, so we're not doing that. But if you are just joining us, welcome. If you could leave a like on the stream, that would be absolutely brilliant. If you're on Twitter and you could maybe retweet it, share it around, drop your opinions in the comments, that would also be fantastic. We'd love to have you join the conversation. Tight ends, yeah. I mean, I've seen people still clamoring for Albert O. I wasn't overly familiar with his game when the Eagles signed him outside of that one preseason game where he looked like prime Travis Kelce for about half an hour. So he's there. Noah Togiai's been there for about a decade. Grant Calcaterra, did he actually end up with any regular season stats? He did. He had 4 catches for 39 yards. I'm all in. Bring him back. Yeah, he's fine. That man's the future. They need a TE2, really. And I'm not saying that as a knock on Calcaterra, but they just do need someone in behind Goddard. Left tackle and right tackle, I mean, they've still got LaRaven Clark on the roster. So there's a versatile backup. I forgot about that. I'm not overly concerned, especially if they do bring back Jack Driscoll. That gives them the serenity they need. At guard, the depth is wild. You've got Dickerson, Jurgen Steen, Matt Hennessy, Brett Todd. All right, there's no depth. They need some depth on the interior. I take it back. So whether... Trying to work out how they're best broach that, really. Yeah, they're going to need depth. I mean, Hennessy's versatile. He's played centre and he's played left guard. So that, if he's a swing backup, will at least take out 2 spots. They are going to need another backup guard. Whether they find out through the draft or not, I'm not sure. But we'll see. Let's have a look. We signed Lou Nichols to our practice squad on October 16th. I don't remember this guy. Oh, mate, blown if I do. Should we watch some highlights and talk ourselves? Here he is. Here's Lou Nichols. Has anyone heard of him? Because I do not remember this man. He's got a picture in an Eagles jersey, so that's got to count for something. Look, it's not like me to miss the Eagles signing someone at all. But I genuinely... Well, he was the nation's leading rusher in 2021, apparently, according to this YouTube video. So let's watch this. We can't play the music, it might get copyrighted, but... nothing's happened yet. Here we go. It's just... Okay, thickly built. I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't remember any of this guy. I really don't. But we need to know because you never know who's going to be the next Boston Scott in this offense. Like, who's the next undrafted guy to just catch on for 4, 5, 6 years? And if the Eagles have made a move mid-season to sign him and he's still around, they haven't released him. That at least counts as something, I think, as well. I just don't remember him. Okay, I like that. Was nice. Bit of that. Oh, all right. Okay, let's watch that again. Bang! Sit down. Okay, right. Yeah, I like that. They might have something here. I mean, this is a couple years old film-wise, but he's, dare I say it, and I know it's hard to give comparisons to players. I never like doing it because you can't just look at someone and be like, oh yeah, he's this guy. But there's a bit of Jordan Howard here. Like, he reminds me of, like, he's twitchy but also physical. Not overly quick, but just, he'd be great. I was going to say be great at the goal line, and there he is. Like, that's the sort of back the Eagles need there on 4th and 1, just as a diversion for when the tush push isn't going to be the go-to, or when they need a decoy brotherly shove. Like, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. If he can keep bulked and have a good training camp. I was not familiar with your game, Lou Nichols. I have judged ye too soon. I have judged ye too soon. We're so trying watching. Isaac, you've got to learn to spell his name right, mate. That is 3 attempts you've had now. I'm joking. Not after Huff Dog Walk Driscoll. Lane's 33 and playing hurt. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Comment on the Bryce Huff thing. So we do, yeah. They do need depth along the offensive line. Driscoll's gone to the Dolphins, says Lucas. I love that Legos. Do you remember there was an era on TikTok when everyone had the Lego Star Wars pictures? I miss it. Bring it back. Is he signed with the Dolphins? Have I missed that? Oh, I can't win. I can't win anymore. Not Jack Driscoll from King Kong. I went, yeah, he has. Oh, well played. Yeah. Oh, well, today it's happened. Of course it's happened today. Oh, everything happens today when I can't do anything. So I apologize. But yeah, they'll definitely need some more backup. So anyway, reminds me a bit of a Jai. I'd agree with that. There's shades of it in there, isn't there? Just that like nasty running streak with agility. Whereas some backs are like physical and nothing else, or they're agile and nothing else. It's rare to see someone that can actually move and be shifty and still have a nasty streak where he's going to meet a linebacker head on and try and upend them. So don't mind it. If he's undrafted, I certainly don't mind it. If it's just, he was a 7th round pick, but he's a guy that can at least contribute in some way. So what we've established is that TE2, depth at tackle and depth at guard are needs. Right. Defense. Oh, look at that. ESPN stole my whole vibe with BG starting over Bryce Huff. Would you imagine that? I guarantee if he showed that to half of Eagles Twitter, I'd be, oh my God, but they've just paid Bryce Huff so much money. Why is he not starting, man? What the hell? So, no, he's going to stay there and it'll be lovely. That's wrong. Davis, Carter, Williams. Moro Ojima I liked. He had a really good year. I think I enjoyed him from what I saw. He played well in spades. Sweat Reddick on the other. That's a nasty rotation. Devin White. Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't mind it. Nolan Smith. See, interestingly, they've put Nolan Smith at linebacker and Reddick at defensive end, which I find a bit interesting. Noah Ellis exists. Ben Van Summeren. Hassan Reddick starting 2 positions, so that's great. Hassan's at the Sam. Brilliant. See, I would much rather, if it was my starting linebacker group today, having said that, yeah, it probably would be, I don't know, I'd probably have Devin White in the middle, Bound one side, Reddick the other, and just have Nakobe Dean as the rotational guy. Left corner. See, I don't get even why now Zach McPherson is being listed as an outside corner. He's 5'11". He can't reach there on me. He ain't doing anything. He should be in the slot. He should be in the slot. I don't know. He was drafted as a slot corner, and he was a very good slot corner out of Texas Tech. I don't understand why, as a 4th round pick, we are now, 4 years into his career, and he has done nothing but play outside. It's ridiculous. Then you've got Bradbury, obviously, Slade, Job, Ringo. Depending how you view the rest of it, you could have a couple like Eli Ricks, obviously, in there. You've got enough young guys at corner to potentially offset moving on from one of those veterans, should it ever come down to it. But realistically, I think the corners stay the same. I wouldn't be surprised if CJ Gardner-Johnson plays in the slot to begin with. It just does make sense to me. Like, apparently, there just is no slot corner at the minute in this scheme. That's also something I didn't account for. Hang on, mate. I didn't even account for that in this scheme. Maybe, yeah, because they're playing with 3 linebackers, maybe they don't need one. And they just want a safety to drop in the box, potentially. So that would relieve depth on linebacker. Oh, no, put more of an emphasis on it. We'll see. But either way, so we've got needs at still linebacker a bit. None of there. And then it's just all offense. Weirdly enough, it's all offense with needs. And that is struggling. Oren Burks in your roster, I'm sorry you have to witness that. As long as he doesn't start, as long as he doesn't play defense, Timor, I'm sure he'll be all right. I'm sure he'll survive. Like, I know he was a bit of a mare in the Super Bowl. I remember him being particularly, sorry to bring that back up for you as a Niners fan, but wasn't great, was he? Didn't have his best night at the office. In fact, the whole postseason didn't have good nights at the office. But from a special teams perspective, he did all right. Like, he's been, all I could find on him was just endless praise on special teams. So what can you do? All I remember seeing is him having an absolute stinker in the Super Bowl. All I remember reading is how good he is on special teams. So just stick him there and you'll be all right. We got to start Ringo. See, I love Keely Ringo. He was someone I really wanted on this team last year coming out of college. Not even just because he was from Georgia. He, like, as far as a Liam prototype centre-back goes, we're talking tall, feisty, speedy, great around the catch point. Like, that's all I could want in a corner. Give me someone with massive wingspan up here that can just bat balls away for fun. And that's it, really. Just be a bit quick and a bit tall. I don't know what more you could want from a man. Isaac, are you tired? Are you struggling? He's going to be an abseil teamer. Oren Burks has joined the Eagles to join that abseil team, which probably works in conjunction with like the Autism Foundation or one of the community projects they do, where they just take people abseiling. And Oren Burks is renowned for his abseiling ability, and he's going to be the captain of the abseiling team. So I, for one, am delighted for him. I think that's going to fit him perfectly, especially considering his defensive play made Timor want to jump off a cliff. So it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. Sean Bradley isn't coming back. It doesn't look like it. I think not with the Oren Burks signing. I don't think he is going to be coming back. As much as I want him to, like, we love him. We've had him on on PSN a few times now. He's a great kid, obviously out of Temple, plays hard, but if they see value in someone like Burks, I guess it makes sense. It's so hard with special teams because you probably are looking for such a particularly a particular type of player, and if Bradley just isn't that at the minute, or there are health concerns or durability, whatever it might be, then there's only so much you can do, and the Eagles are going to need production at some point. So we'll see. All I'm saying is I've never seen celebrating like it at a player not restart. I've never seen celebrating like it at a player not resigning for a while. Maybe make him Sirianni's new bodyguard. We're not replacing Big Dom. Big Dom is a cornerstone of this city. Like we said, when Big Dom disappeared, the Eagles started losing games. But I too hope Sean Bradley comes back, Dirk. I would love it. I mean, who's left on the Eagles free agents that we would want back? Because they do have some money left. And like we said, I mean, I'm guessing from what I worked out earlier, it's around 25 mil. Depending on how the contracts are, because we don't actually know. Like, all we're going off really is like total value divided by 3 or 4, depending on the deal. Then you look at Saquon's deal, and he's on the nose for like 1 mil cap hit this year, and then it spirals the next few. So we can expect the same to be with that. But if we go to share here, and we go to free agents, who are we bringing back? We did this exercise the other day, and these are all that have signed. Available players. Well, Fletcher's retired. Maddox is still out there. Has he not signed? I could have swore he signed with someone. No, he hasn't. Okay. Interesting. I could have swore he signed with someone. Cunningham, no. Evans, no. Leonard, no. Penny, no. Zacchaeus, yes. Bradley, I'd take back. And Quez Quatkin. How quickly, hypothetically, could we book a charter flight from Philadelphia to Timbuktu? If it's under an hour, do it and put Quez on it. That simple. Conversely, find where OZ lives, get the flight to stop along on the way back, pick him up, bring him back to Philly, and let's run him back. That's my plan for the wide receiver 3 position. Is McPherson a free agent? I don't believe so. No, he's not. I think he's on the last year of his rookie deal, though, if I'm not mistaken. I will have a look. There he is. It must be his last year of his rookie deal. So we'll see how that goes. But I think, not that it's a miss, because you are talking about a fourth rounder, but he hasn't done anything outside of get cooked in preseason games because they line him up against 6'5" receivers. Was it Jacoby Myers that just absolutely killed him for like 2 quarters straight? Not great. It's a shame. I wasn't overly that much of a fan of him coming out of college, to be honest. Like it's one of those corners I was like, he's quite short. He's short and he's zippy, but the tackling angles weren't great, and it was at Texas Tech, so there's going to have to be some level of jump, and it just never materialized. So we'll see. I'm much more bullish on a guy like Eli Ricks or Josh Jobe. I genuinely prefer Ricks from an unbiased perspective. As much as Jobe probably is the more polished corner, I just think Ricks has that, just that nastiness in his play where he's just very unafraid to contribute. And he shows up more in the run game. Mario Goodrich, I like the most out of the 3 when they signed. He's also done the least, so that's very much on brand for Liam Stream. Will he be able to slide to the nickel? Who are we talking about? Will he be able to slide to nickel? Which one? Maddox or... No, not Maddox. I guess Ricks or Jobe or Ringo. One of the... It could be any Eagles corner, but if any, I'd probably say Jobe of the 3 that would probably fit it the most. You need to get Quez back for the memes. I do. Yeah, McPherson was drafted as a nickel cornerback. Like, how was his thing? Coming out of Texas Tech, he was a nickel corner, was very good at it. Very, very good at it. I just wasn't as high because he's very short. Like, 5'11" ain't going to cut it, really, as a cornerback, unless you've got massive arms and they're like Slender Man. And he doesn't. He's got little arms. So, little arms, speedy, inconsistent tackling, but was very productive. Like ball production wise, his stats were very good, if I remember rightly. So you're hoping that joining Philadelphia, learning under Avonte Maddox, that he would pick a lot up and develop. And then Maddox broke out for a year. They signed him to a new contract, and that just put a massive ceiling on his head. And he's not been able to break out. So they've gone, what do we do with you? All right, well, we'll throw you to the Wolves, and we'll put you in on the outside. And he's not built to play the outside. He's not physical enough. He's not quick enough. He's not tall enough. And his tackling is too inconsistent. So he just got brutal. Like, there's one game, it must have been 29, when was it? 4 years ago. So 2021, Patriots preseason. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Just abysmal. Just absolutely abysmal. And I don't blame him. I don't think it's his fault. He's just playing out of position. If he's in the nickel and he's at a spot where he's comfortable and can diagnose things and he's twitchy enough to move around and to take those angles and pursue more consistently, fair enough. But it's different when you're supported by safeties and outside corner, like kind of funneling plays in, and linebackers. When you're on the outside on your own and you've got a big wide receiver opposite you, like Jacoby Myers, who off the top of my head is like, 6'2"? I'll Google it. I want to be right about this because I'll feel really good about myself. It's been a rough day. I need this boost of motivation. He is 6'2". What a win for the young man. God, look at that. What can I say? Anyway, he just got absolutely brutalized. So there's that. Quez is going to be a Chief. He is the prototypical Kansas City Chiefs player. There's no other way to look at it. He is exactly what they look for. Awful, quick, like will randomly just come out with a big play out of his arse once every few days and then disappear for 6 weeks and get injured. That is the Chiefs template. He is Sky Moore, but Sky less. He is Kadarius Toney, but Kadarius Phony. He is Mecole Hardman, but I'm going to run out. I was on for a third, and I was just seeing him in the TikTok, and the pressure was building, and I couldn't deliver. I've let the side down. But either way, we had 2 good ones there. He's very much got T-Rex arms. Jordan Pickford on the roster. I'm going to try and find the clip because it is really bad. I remember because I had to obviously break it down for work, and you can watch all the Eagles preseason games on like NFL Game Pass. It used to be. Let's see if you can find this somewhere. It's not going to work, is it? Yeah, no. Funnily enough, no one uploads individual cornerback highlights for preseason games. I don't blame them, but there is a missed opportunity there. Very unfortunate though. I would have had that. Ah well, what can you do? Dupe on the Volley. Dupe on the Volley is my official show sponsor. They'll love it. They're big fans. If you aren't watching Dupe on the Volley and you do follow the Philadelphia Union, make sure you do. It is unbiased, in my opinion, the best Union podcast out there. A whole Union team comes in, not the actual footballers, but the guys that cover them come in, talk sharpest. It's a great laugh, and the chemistry they've got is fantastic. So check them out. I think they're streaming again. It's normally Thursdays, and I had to miss it last week. So it was like I did a pre-game show on the Saturday, but we'll sort it out. Miko Softman, see, could have had it right there. It slipped through my fingers. We do have 101 people watching overall. Shout out to all of you boys and girls and gentle birds tuning into this stream. If you haven't given it a like yet, if you could on YouTube, again, it does help out quite a lot. I know every YouTuber ever asks for it. Unfortunately, there's a reason. Just it does help the algorithm pick it up and go, hey, that's not absolutely awful, just a little bit awful. So if you can leave a like, that's fantastic. If you're on Twitter, if you can leave a like and retweet, that'd be great. If not, and you don't want it on your profile, and don't want my face going all over it, if you can come to YouTube, do the same, that'd be brilliant. Hey, Angela, how are you? Hope you had a lovely Monday evening. Hopefully a bit of a quieter one after the Eagles have gone all out and made life chaotic for everyone. So as we're over the halfway mark, what we will do is just have a look at named free agents that are left and whether the Eagles could afford them. I like to play this game. It's called, should the Eagles sign a player? I need a jingle for it. Should the Eagles sign a player? Sounded way better in my head. Let's have a look. So we're going to open this up. Check out prediction. Just watch the presser with Pickett. I missed it today. I had to write a load of March Madness content. I've been sat pretending I know about basketball for a while. All I'm saying is I've got Texas A&M winning the whole bloody thing. And you can mark it here first. All right? Jot it down. Winning the whole thing. If you are wanting to bet on March Madness, let me know in the comments. I'll get some betting sign-up offers thrown your way and you can get some more money. And if you do win a Lamborghini, just Venmo me a Starbucks or something, presumably, because that would be quite nice. And I need my caffeine. Jeff Warner and Angela, shout out to you guys for liking the stream. Where was I going to look for? Share screen. Bear with me. Here we go. Right. So here are the free agents that are left. Let's sort by. We don't need quarterback. Where do we need? Wide receiver, potentially. Slot receiver. Mike Williams. If they hadn't signed Devontae Parker, I'd say maybe. Odell. I wouldn't say no. Gallup, no. Tyler Boyd. Russell Gage. I wouldn't mind Russell Gage. I would not mind Russell Gage at Tampa Bay. I really liked him. Jakeem Grant, no. Mecole Hardman, lol. Paris Campbell, just Nelson Aguilar too, but a bit more unsuccessful out the same school. Marquise Goodwin, lol. Laviska Shenault. Someone dropped really weirdly the other day. I was at the driving range and someone came up to me and was like, it was very drunk. They're watching the rugby. He's Welsh and he was watching the Wales rugby game in the Six Nations. And he started talking to me about the NFL because he's a Jaguars fan. And he was like, what do you think about Laviska Shenault? I was like, what? He was like, what do you think about snow? I was like, snow? He was like, what do you think about snow? I was like, and then I twigged that because it was the Jaguars, or the Jaguars, what he actually meant was Laviska Shenault. And I was like, oh, that guy. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, speaking of great free agents that could have improved the Eagles, Josh Dobbs. Ha ha, ha 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 ha. Bye. My Odell bias always make me wanting to be an Eagle. Yeah, I love Odell. I don't know. I think he's one of my. I shouldn't say it. From an unbiased perspective, if I'm putting the Eagles fandom in me aside, if you were to rank the top 10 receivers of the last decade, Odell's probably top 5. He just is. There was a brief window after that catch, in was it 2013? It must have been, or 2014, where like he just caught like the NFL by storm, and there was almost this. The only way I could compare it was this Steph Curry level stardom to him that he transcended. I mean, he was an attractive guy making these ridiculous catches on a weekly basis, like bending around like Neo. Lovely hair. Like at the time, everyone started getting the Odell haircut. I think LaMelo Ball went out and got it like during the time. Like it was great. Like everyone wanted to be Odell for a while. And he just had this aura about him. Like he was a star. And the NFL hadn't had a genuine star. Like AJ Brown is a fantastic wideout. Like a better wideout than Odell. Star-wise, it's not the same. Tyreek Hill, fantastic receiver. Probably the best in the NFL. Not a star, though. And he's a dickhead. So there's that. But I don't think there's been anyone since Odell to have that level of like just aura about them, which I guess is the only way to. And I hate using that term because it has come so cliche with TikTok and all the rest of it. But I don't think anyone has come close to just having that aura about them. That he's a big play waiting to happen. That he's going to do a dance in the end zone and make every kid want to try and do it for about 6 weeks. Like him, like Cam Newton was another. You put that same level of just player that just exudes just confidence and aura and swagger. Like it was amazing, and many have tried and many have failed to imitate. But I'm very excited. I think the next one to come close is Justin Jefferson, but he doesn't quite have that star power. He's just consistently amazing, and he does the dances, and he's very cool, and the TikTok kids love him. But I just think there's levels to it, and Odell felt very like mixed in with Drake and that sort of circle, like in the same way Johnny Manziel was once upon a time, where it just transcended football. I mean, just if you ask any football fan who Justin Jefferson is, they will. If you ask like anyone else, they might not. If you ask anyone in America who Odell Beckham is, chances are they'll know. We're going to stop talking about Odell Beckham now because this has been going on for like 5 minutes, but it's an interesting discussion. Speaking of rugby, if the tush push is done, why can't we run a HB dive with bind? I reckon they'll just keep doing it. They'll just keep finding new ways to reinvent it. If they do ban the brotherly shove, try that. And if that doesn't work, move the tight end there. The worst case scenario, line everyone up to the left side, like almost staggered, and then move to the right. And if that doesn't work, go to the right. Like whatever they block, they'll keep finding new ways because this team's too athletic and too forward thinking for that not to happen. The potential Chenault had, I still believe there's a player there. I agree, Lucas. I mean, I love Laviska Chenault. I think I mock drafted him to the Eagles countless times. Obviously, didn't pan out. We've seen flashes, man. We really have. I wouldn't mind it. Sterling Shepard, God, that was a fall from grace. There was a time where he was the next big thing in New York, wasn't it? Like, it was him in the slot, Odell outside. I mean, DeAndre Carter's there. I wouldn't mind that. Obviously, a bit of a homecoming for him. I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind DeAndre Carter coming back. I think since leaving Philadelphia, he sort of proved himself a bit more and kind of found his niche. Richie James, no. Miles Boykin, no. Byron Pringle, no. River, no. And that's it. So the only guys out here, I mean, DJ Chark, maybe, depending on the price. The guys out of here that I'd look at, Williams will be too pricey and they've just signed Parker. Odell, I'd love it. I don't think it's happening. Russell Gage, and that's probably about it, really. Maybe Chenault. Claypool, I think it'll be too expensive. Maybe Carter. Go to tight end, because I do need a veteran tight end. I do need... See, CJ at Zoma, I would love, right? That's the guy. I'm going to write a targets piece tomorrow, but I would love CJ at Zoma, man. Like, I thought he was brilliant for the Bengals. I was trying to see his contract on this side. It's not showing me, but he earned a 3-year, $24 million deal in New York. Didn't really do that much. He was expected to kind of break out as like that lead tight end. Didn't really happen for him, but I would pay like $5-6 million a year. I wouldn't mind that. CJ at Zoma. I thought he was really good. So there you go. Odell is just playing to play, but he's gotten to the point where he's just found You see what you mean. He does tend to get injured a little bit now, and that's probably why he's not going to command a big sum, though. And if he's in a reduced role, it's not the end of the world to try and look at it. Bring back Paul Turner, Eagles legend, $1 million Super 75. You're a cultured man, and I love that energy. Hunter Renfrow, maybe. Richie James has a great backflip for him on victory formations. Yeah, fair enough. Wouldn't mind Scotty Miller just to tell him to run for his life when the ball comes his way. I mean, but the Eagles could have had that. That's basically what Quez Watkins was doing, to be honest. I think Scotty Miller might actually try and catch it. Williams is always hurt. I wonder what Greg was telling me to come on for then, but it was about Hunter Renfrow. So we'll get back to tight ends. Robert Tonyan, no. Mercedes. How is Mercedes Lewis still going, bro? There's no way. I don't even know who was with the Chiefs. Oh, the Bears, sorry, last year. He's 39 years old. How is he still going? Wow, he is standing the test of time. I love that from him. Jeff Swain, no. Jimmy Graham. What is it with these old tight ends? Maybe they don't need a Dallas Goedert replacement. Maybe they just do need... Look, if these old boys are still going, maybe they just do need to find someone that can, hit their peak at age 34. So when Goddard retires at 51, it doesn't matter. Any other names here? Shane Zylstra, no. I recognize that name. Was he like an undrafted guy? He was. I think I might have broke down tape on him, and I might have mocked him to the Eagles at one point. Interesting. Blake Bell, no, I didn't mind him. Tyler Croft, passed it. Mid. So the only... I would take it Zoma. I would not mind that. The rest of them I can take or leave. You're probably looking at the draft. Where else did we say? We do need... I'll level with you. My knowledge on tackles, guards, and centers isn't that great. I just look at them coming out of college for a while, and that's sort of it. So, Andre Dillard comes back. Depth role. Would he want to come back? Could he come back? Who's to say? Yeah, I won't just pretend I know what I want about here, because I don't. Any guards I know that I'd take. Cody Whitehair. It's not a bad shout if he's healthy. Big V. Dalton Risner I would take. Right, there we go. Get Risner in. The Riz God himself. Bring him to Philadelphia. I wouldn't mind that. It's just some serviceable depth. If you can have Matt Hennessy and Dalton Riz behind that starting duo of Dickerson, Jurgens, Steen, whichever duo it is that starts it, I wouldn't mind it at all. But I think Dalton Risner for me is probably the peak free agent signing there. Free agent TE2 looks rough. Would rather take a punt on a 4th or 5th round pick. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there is a lovely tight end in the 7th round-ish called Darlin Hooker, who I would be all in on if they can get him down there. But I think the only thing is, like, they've continued to try and moneyball this tight end 2 position, and they keep looking for the budget guys and like Grant Colcaterra, Jack Stoll, Tyree Jackson. Like, the list never really ends. And they need to really just find someone that they can actually invest in and allow to develop. So, to me, I'd be looking at a mid-round pick. I don't know if they view it the same, but we'll see. I think Rev Renfro slots in lovely. I don't know. I guess the only thing with Renfro is I think he's had too much production to be cheap. That's the issue. Odell's different because it's offset by injuries. I think Renfro, even with concerns, has played well consistently. So I just can't see it. I don't think he'd come for that. Like, realistically, he's not going to get the traffic he needs to be successful and earn a longer-term deal with Devontae and AJ there. He needs to go somewhere like the Chargers and be a traitor to the Raiders where they're completely rebuilding. Or like Chicago, maybe, where he can just partner Mooney. I'm trying to think of other Giants, maybe. The Chiefs would be a shout. Like, somewhere where there's just no... He can become the guy. Like he can become the Cooper Kupp of the group. You know? Like, there's room there. So that's where I think Hunter Renfro a better fit. He's just not going to get the air traffic to warrant that decision. The money might be better, but for him, he's like, well, people are going to watch that tape and they're going to go on ESPN and look at my stat line and go, 18 receptions with 212 yards and go, nah, he fell off. And that's it. Like, perception's a hard thing to change. Big V all day. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind either. Like him or Dillard coming back. So let's look at linebacker, because this is going to get interesting now, isn't it? I'm going to have a drink quickly. Look, we've hit that point. I'm back to drinking now. You've driven me to it. Right. Cool. Isaiah Simmons. Hot take, sort of. I think I'd rather have had Isaiah Simmons than Devin White. I just think younger, more upside, hasn't been a bit of a mess the past couple years. Like, I wouldn't mind it. Do I know or any of the others that are worth it? KGH, I wouldn't mind as a special teamer. I never wanted him to leave Philly, man. I love Camu Grugier-Hill. I remember doing a film room on Camu Grugier-Hill, and the guy was just amazing. Like, I saw so much upside in him, and I'm glad that he caught on. Like, to me, that might be one of the best things about this. Is like, when you find a player and you say, this guy's going to be good. And by good, people expect, like, long-term starter, stays in the city for 10 years, accidentally becomes a team legend, wins a Super Bowl. And it's like, to me, if I just find an undrafted or a 7th-round guy and they're still in the league 5 years, 6 years later, I'm happy. Like, someone like Akello Weatherspoon, Rasul Douglas, I wouldn't say John Hightower, but that was a mess. But, like, guys that I genuinely had little draft crushes on. I remember KGH when they got him off the Patriots, and someone said, why are you doing a film room on him? Like, he's going to be gone by October or something. And here he was, becoming a bit of a team, you know, an icon in that era. Loved him. Absolutely loved him. Don't blame us for your drinking problem, mate. K1's back, everyone, by the way. K1's in. Nice to see you, K1. I hope you're keeping well, my friend. I've missed your chaotic presence. You and Duck just team up. I swear you are in a Discord server, teamed up with Isaac. Just saying, how can we wind him up to... Lucas is joining soon. Lucas is in the core 12. Now he's in. Lucas is right in. Look, new profile picture. Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's in. He is in. He's core 13. We're actually on a core 18. The numbers are boosting. The stock is going up. The brand deals are coming in. And I'm going to be sponsored by Vapes or something soon. Or a knockoff handheld that I bought off Temu that plays Game Boy Advance games on it. Because I bloody love that. Only cost me $12, near enough. Bloody lovely. I would say John Hightower. Yeah, Martian's in as well. Hello, Trouble. We have too many expectations. A good constant player is the depth. Bang. Nailed it. Duck never fails to surprise me with his ball knowledge. I wouldn't mind. I kind of would mind Dillard. I'd rather have an overachiever from the 7th round like Big V. I get that. I think there's more upside. Like, if you've got someone that's regressing, it's harder to climb back up than it is someone that is progressing from the bottom. Yeah, and we all love Temu, Martian. It's cheap. It's lovely. It's bloody brilliant. All right? It's fantastic. Oh, that's such a niche joke, and I hate it. For anyone that doesn't know, me and Kemp, Bezzy mates we are, and he follows my private Twitter account where I've just been spending about a week posting what dodgy game I'm playing. Like, oh, I'm playing the Blues Brothers from the NES. And he's probably grown a bit tiresome of it now. And he's just tuned into a stream, gone to see what Liam's up to, and I'm already mentioning the handheld again. So we're on brand. We're very much on brand. Leave Dylan where he is. Camille was extremely athletic. Would love to have him back. 100%. I absolutely agree. I love him. KGH. I wish I got to interview him when he was in Philadelphia, but alas, beggars can't be choosers. But I'd love to see him back. Liam always has one hand busy in it. I don't know what you mean. Who's to say? Who else have we got here? Eric Wilson? No. Jared Davis? No. Julian Aquara? Maybe. Blake Martinez? Maybe. Anthony Barr? Old, but it's all just dossers down here, isn't it now? Yeah, there's no way. Okay. So that's dead. Let's look at cornerback. Oh, so he's X still hasn't. I can't be arsed with Darius Slay having a best mate on the team. It'd drive me mad. Show the stolen Xbox controller. Where is it? I don't know where it's gone. It lived on this table. Oh, it's down. No, it's not. That's my actual controller. It lived on this table for about 3 months because I needed it for the examples. And now I don't actually know. I don't know where it's gone. I've lost it. Maybe someone stole it off me. I'll find it for next stream. I don't know where that's gone, but I would show it. I'm gutted, actually. That's actually ruined my night. Thanks, Duck. Thanks a bunch. Ruined my day. Big V reunion will be crazy. I think Harry's going to draft a bunch. Well, yeah, like, why would you pay Big V when you can just draft Big V for free? Liam wants to be a 90s kid. I am a 90s kid. What do you mean? I'm not that young or old. I'm 28. I'm 29 in April. April 6th, by the way. It's a stream. It's a stream on the Friday night. I'll have a birthday bonanza. I might even, it's the day before, I might even start streaming on Twitch again. I might even go wild and start playing Football Manager or something. Like, who's to say what that future holds? But yeah, April 5th and 6th, my birthday bloody bonanza. So you'll all be there. We have Julian Aqua already. Someone pinched it. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Let me have a look. Oh, I found it. It was hidden. Oh, hey! Look at it, look. Squishy. Look at that. Oh, bloody. I'm playing it. Look. Oh, Xbox. See? Why wouldn't you? If that's out of the packaging, hypothetically in a supermarket, who isn't taking it? Is all I'm saying. Who would? And it's worth a tenner. That is worth $10, right? Free. Don't tell the feds. Bonanza is an old... Right, let's not start with the old person thing, all right? Come on, let's stay on task. I'm still... Look, I've always viewed my age like a football player, and it's bad enough knowing that it's getting to an age where if I was a GM, I'd be willing to trade someone just about hitting their peak before they tail off and get maximum value. That's a horrible way to view my life. And yet I do it every day, okay? I sit there, I literally go to bed at night and think, well, I've had my prime. I've had a good few years. I built PSN, sold it. We're still going. And now I'm like, I'm the captain of the team. I'm wearing the C. We're leading the team in the playoffs. And, it's going well. But I'm nearly 28. And at 28, players start regressing, which means my hairline's going back. And, well, my voice ain't going to drop. I've established that. But, I'm going to start, my back's going to start aching. And I'm going to start moving slower. And my golf's going to fall off. And should someone cash in? Should someone trade me before it's too late at 28? Or do they wait till I'm 30 out of loyalty and then send them off? Because then they've maximized their career and they can have a farewell tour somewhere else. Awful. You're in that age where you get sold to Saudi on FM. Exactly. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready. Just send me to Sheffield United on loan. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Liam's hitting the stream as well. That genuinely does scare me, though. Like, I'll level with you. It's one of the reasons why I haven't properly got back into Twitch, because I feel like I am a bit unrelatable now. Like, I'm nearly 30, and I think so many of the big streamers and the people, like, it's just so saturated. Like, no one's going to watch nearly a middle-aged man, what I feel like, just sat playing Football Manager. I just don't know if I've still got it. I can't hang with the young kids and grind out 8-hour streams like I used to. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll come back. I keep thinking about it, and I almost did it last week of just impulsively going, hey, new Twitch channel. I'm live. I'm doing a Football Manager save. But we'll see. I'll see where it goes. All right, Unks, time to pack it up. Born in 96, you're a baby. Pushing for... See, this is why I have an identity crisis, look. Which one is it, boys? Which one are we talking? Who's to say? Let's get back on to the topic. Cornerbacks. Adoree Jackson. Yes, I'd have him. Maddox, I'd bring back if it's cheap enough. Steven Nelson, not after that podcast. The bozo. It was awful anyway. Slot God. Fuck off. Sorry. Not swearing on this stream. It's a family affair. Trey Herndon. Eli. Oh, God. Eli Apple still exists. Lol. Christian Fulton, I wouldn't mind. Fabian Moreau, I wouldn't mind as like a reclamation project. Chandon Sullivan, former Eagle. Trey Flowers, no. Daryl Worley, if he can stop drinking with weed, would be great. Akello Witherspoon, yes. Akello Witherspoon, get him in. I don't care. He was my draft crush. He's a free agent. Bring him in. Bring him in now. I think he's fantastic. I think he's quick. He's got reach. He's everything I would look for in a corner. He was one of my highest graded corners in that 2018 rookie thing. He's carved out a solid NFL career. I mean, Timor will probably tell you as a Niners fan, he was all right. He wasn't great, wasn't terrible. And frankly, that's what the Eagles need. Someone that's not great, that's not terrible, that can do a job. Cravon LeBlanc. Yes. Also, yes. He still follows me on Twitter. His mother still follows me on Twitter. We are forever indebted to Captain Cravon. And I'm sick of people that took that from me. I'm livid. Well, one man that took it from me, little bozo. And he used to work for me. I'm naming no names. Go away, go away, go away. But no, I love Cravon. I think he's a fantastic guy. Brilliant player. That Saints game will go on for me. It's one of the most memorable Eagles games that I've seen. Not necessarily of all time, but I enjoyed it. It was one of the most fun. As much as it ended in tears, like it was just amazing to watch it start that way, like with that level of assertion from Cravon. Like you just don't see it from those sort of players. It was great. What an Eagles analysis this. I don't know what you expect, Kev. I mean, you've known me long enough. You've seen plenty of my streams, but this is what the brand is. This is why people. No one just wants boring. Sign this player, cut that player. This player's good, because then you have to get sensational takes. What we want is just a bit of borderline, silliness, and game's the game. We're a little bit silly. We're a little bit delulu over here, and the boys love it. LG, I'm old enough to be your father. You can be if you want to be. No. Oh, tell that one, Matt. It is getting late. I'm sorry, Doug. I didn't mean to put that. That's a big negotiation tactic. I didn't mean to put that level of responsibility on you. Witherspoon picked off Jalen's. There's already a connection. I wouldn't mind it. I really like Akile Witherspoon. Nelson said we were terrible for his psyche. He'd never come back. Not that we want him. But is that just him convincing himself that he's all right without his ex? Really? Is that what that comes down to? Because that's all I'm seeing. Like, yeah, I won't go back to Philadelphia anyway. Yeah, they're lost. New year, new me. Really, the Eagles are off making Super Bowls, and Steven Nelson's just chatting shit on Twitter. So who's really winning? Niners are signing Josh Dobbs to a 1-year deal. Best backup QB off the market. Yeah, I guess it depends on the price of the deal. I'd be very intrigued to see it. Yeah, but then again, I not want to say the Niners need it more, but I think they do. Like, realistically, has Purdy faltered at times where maybe they need to look at a backup quarterback? I don't want to speak too loud. Tommy might shout. But is Brock Purdy all that? Is he that reliable? $2 million for Dobbs. Okay, I take it back. Yeah, the Eagles should have probably got him. Yeah, take it back. My apologies. Never mind. But then again, I mean, $2 million is what they're paying for Pickett anyway, and Pickett's younger. So the only difference really is the experience side of it. So even there, it's not... even there, it's not that bad. Purdy, here we go. Niners have injury issues. Yeah, and Dobbs is solid and reliable, and Pickett... I think the Eagles can be afforded more flexibility and upside just because of who Jalen is and the type of player Jalen is, and knowing that really Jalen Hurts can actually develop Kenny Pickett. And just by watching Jalen Hurts, Kenny Pickett will likely improve. You can't say that about Brock Purdy. No young quarterback wants to end up in San Francisco watching Brock Purdy and go, yeah, that's what I'm going to model my game after. It just ain't going to happen. So... yeah, I think that's the difference between the two. Purdy's a doofus. He's just a Jimmy G again, but he looks like a 12-year-old. Well, hey, at least we have something in common. And before we go, we will quickly talk about safeties. I think we've exhausted the cornerback list. There is still some intent at safety. I know people still want someone. Justin Simmons is the name everyone wants. Is he the name everyone's going to get? Probably not. Jamal Adams, probably not. Eddie Jackson will be awful, but he fits. I think him and Simmons, obviously both former Fangio, I was going to say prodigies, but that would be way too complimentary. Two former players under Fangio, both 30 years old. Eddie Jackson would be a lot cheaper. And bear in mind, Jackson was released 3 weeks before the start of free agency and still hasn't caught on. So the market really, if you're Eddie Jackson and you're in a class with Adams, Simmons, Bad Diggs, Micah Hyde, Marcus May. Marcus May I wouldn't mind in Philly. Like Keanu Neal? Yes. There we go. Yeah. Keanu Neal. Get me Keanu Neal in Philly and let's get rampant. Let's get aggressive. So I say, get him in. Big fan of Keanu Neal. I think he's great. He did fall off a little bit last year, but he's still serviceable. So I would take him. If I had to pick between Simmons and Jackson and money wasn't an issue, it'd be Simmons, but it likely is, so it's probably Jackson. Hyde's too old. May, I wouldn't mind. Javon Curse, I'd probably take May over Curse, but Curse is still somewhat serviceable. The only issue is obviously he's coming from Dallas, and we don't like players from Dallas. So there's that. But Gibson, she's a bit old. Wouldn't mind it, though. I'd take Keanu Neal of all the players there. What's LJ's beef with Purdy? I haven't got any beef with Purdy. He's just awful. He just gets masked by one of the best teams the NFL have seen in like 15 years. Like, I would look good behind that offensive line with that offense, with that coaching. Like, there's a reason San Francisco can just roll out mid quarterbacks and 7th round picks and backups and still win as many games as they do. And it is a massive credit to one of the best coaches in football history. Like, and I'm not even fronting that. But it doesn't mean we can just shower Brock Purdy and say he's a top. Where would you rank Purdy in the NFL? As an actual quarterback, where would you put him? Because he's certainly not top 10. Might be 14th, 15th, if we're being generous. Let's do it now. Let's screw it. We're doing an overrun. Call me Tony Khan. Quarterback. Give me a tier maker, and I will tell you where he goes. We'll do a 2023 tier maker. Can I find it? Here we go. Right. Can we all see this? Here we go. This should be all 30. I'm hoping it's all 30. It's not. Look, I don't know. Right. Patrick Mahomes in a tier of his own. Derek Carr we've picked up. Mediocre. Is that Tanago? Probably a backup now. Let's go. Deshaun Watson shouldn't be employed. Dak Prescott, above average, if we're being honest. CJ Stroud, yeah, franchise QB. Zach Wilson, backup. Sam Darnold, career backup. Russell Wilson, not the answer. Matt Stafford, above average. Tua, above average. Jared Goff, above average. Gino, mediocre. Daniel Jones, not the answer. Josh Allen, elite franchise quarterback. Bum. Baker Mayfield, above average. I'm sick of the Baker disrespect. Joey B, me, elite. Jimmy G, career backup. Mac Jones, not the answer. Justin Fields, I would say high floor, low ceiling. I think it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up in a few years being the guy. Lamar Jackson, elite. Where are we looking at? Jordan Love. We haven't seen enough, I don't think, yet. Kyler Murray. Yeah. Anthony Richardson. It's too early to say, but he probably should be in that range. Jalen Hurts. He's somewhere in the middle between those two. He's somewhere between... I'm going to go there based off last season. Kirk Cousins. Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? Depends how you view him. I'd say above average. Trevor Lawrence, franchise quarterback. Who are we down to? There's just a bunch of backups now, isn't there? Oh, yes. Let me forget. We can absolve most of these because they are all... Justin Herbert, sorry. Franchise quarterback. He's not elite. Is there anyone we're actually missing that's good? I don't think so. No. Okay, then. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Which means if we just ignore the backups, where would you put Purdy? And this is my whole point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he's certainly not this category. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that puts him at the most above average. which is what, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's around 14 to 17. He's somewhere above Carr and Smith, probably about there. A touch below Jared Goff. That's my point. All of that just to get to the point that Brock Purdy is subjectively absolutely mid. Oh, the screen wasn't on the whole time. I didn't know that. In what bloody range we can't see? Oh, I'm really sorry. I had no idea. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Oh, damn it. Share the bloody list. You can see it now. Oh, it's annoying. He's like, what bloody range, mate? I'm like, yeah, he's somewhere in this range. He's like shouting names at you. And somehow we've not even lost viewers. You're all just sat there going, the fuck is he on about? Bro thought he was cooking a Twitter clip and wasn't showing it. Yeah, I have to record the whole pissing thing now. Ah. That's annoying. Anyway, my whole point was, right, count the quarterbacks. Mahomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the elite. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 franchise. 11, 12, 13, 14. He is literally 15th. There is no way Purdy is better than Goff, Tua, Stafford, or Dak. And if you look, all I'm saying is if Timor thinks he is also a Liverpool fan, so I wouldn't blame him for being delusional. But realistically, he's just not. Like, he's fractionally better than Kirk Cousins. If we're honest, if we had to pick game on the line, 2 minutes to go, who do you want with the ball in the hands? I'm going Kirk Cousins. I'm probably going Geno Smith, and I'm probably going Derek Carr. I draw the line at Russell Wilson. So, yeah, Purdy to me ain't that, and they do need more flexibility at quarterback. What are you drinking? Not enough, Angela, but I'm going to need something after this because that was... But it was worth... Look, the not having the list on the stream was worth it in the end. And there we go. Timor, I'm only joking. I love you, really. Thank you for participating in what was a very chaotic tier list making there. But on that note, guys, thank you for hanging out. We'll be back on Wednesday again to run it all back. Potentially start looking... We're going to start doing... Get ready. The stream sessions. No, not the stream sessions. There is a stream. The scouting sessions or the draft sessions or something I'll come up with where we'll start breaking down players from the NFL draft, giving them grades, building our big board, making mock drafts, all of that good stuff. So stick around for that. If you've enjoyed tonight's stream that was a little bit more chaotic than usual and you're watching this on Twitter, if you can head over to YouTube, youtube.com/Philly Sports Network and leave a like, it would be really, really appreciated. If you're on YouTube and haven't left a like, if you could take 2 seconds to do so again, I'll give you a kiss on the forehead and a little cuddle. Thank you all very much for hanging out tonight. Considering the Eagles did nothing, I think we packed an awful lot in there and had plenty of laughs along the way. So this is the kind of stream that I love. Like, these are my favorites, honestly. Like, just being able to hang out with you guys, talk ball, have some laughs. What is that car doing? Why is it staring at my windows? Am I being bombed or something? Look at that, man. What's it doing? It's gone. I think it's gone. I don't know what it's doing. Very confused. Anyway, before I get kidnapped by the army or something, take care. Go Birds. I'll see you Wednesday. We'll run it back.